Hello, it's Debbie Z, owner of Zibu Angelic Symbols, and little Gracie here. Gracie's with me and she's ready to do Facebook Live tonight. Let's say hi to people. Yeah, tonight is Facebook Live with Zibu Angelic Symbols. What do you think, Gracie? Is it time to celebrate? Let's see who's going to be with us tonight. What do you think? I love my little Gracie so much. Thank you for being here. You want to go back to your little bed? So tell me who is here? Who is here with me? Um, See, a couple people are joining in. Um, Tonight is about prosperity and abundance. So this is going to be a good subject. I'm just going to sip my water here while people join in. Tell me who's here. Mm, Noreen is here. Hi, Noreen. It's always nice to have you join me, join us. It looks like I had a great time with my friend. I had a great time with Laura. It was really, really so much fun. It was just what I needed. Actually, it's both what both of us needed. And I hadn't seen her, I hadn't seen Laura in over 5 years. So it was a big deal. Irma's here. Hi, Irma. And Carol, hello from Maryland. And Professor, hi, Professor, it's me. Hi, Laura. So Laura's here tonight, but she's joining through the computer, like the rest of you. And Stacy is here. I'm so glad that you are here as well. So I rearranged my art studio, and so it's sort of makeshift here, and I'm sort of perched on the side of my desk. But this is going to work out fine. Larissa's here. Oh, I'm happy to see you as well. Yeah, Larissa, I was in Sedona a few days ago. Laura and I were in Sedona, and I thought of you. That's where I met Larissa, was at a retreat in Sedona. So let's see who else is here. Thank you all for being here. Gracie's going kind of nutty. She's doing that thing where dogs scoot on the, or not scoot, roll on the carpet. It's like maybe her back is itchy, but she's creating quite a ruckus. And as she's rolling around, the static is getting to her ears and her fur is sticking straight up. Oh, Becky is here. Yeah, Becky and Larissa were two people I met at a retreat in Sedona. Um, yeah, you want to go back to Sedona? Oh my gosh, come visit me and I will go to Sedona with you. And Becky, did you like that I got the shirt for you? Becky and I, when we were in Sedona last time, we saw a shirt that said Taco Cat spelled backwards as Taco Cat. And she said, oh, if you ever go back there again, would you get that shirt? And so I found it. I'd go in and out of a lot of shops, but I found it again. Oh, Patty Northey is here. I look refreshed and happy. I did have a great time with Laura. It was really, really nice. I'm wearing a new bracelet. Laura gifted this to me right before she left, and it matches my let's see, my necklace here that has different, it has copper, silver, brass. The bracelet has copper, silver, brass. So let me see, make sure I scoot up here without scooting on Gracie. Well, I'm delighted you're all here. I'm going to talk about prosperity and abundance. Do you know when people, Becky says, yay, you're the best. Becky, that was tricky. Going in each shop, each t-shirt shop. Do you have the Taco Cat spelled backwards taco shirt? Most people said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I got to that corner, that wedge of the end of the block. And I walked in and I said, this is it. I know this is it. So I was able to find it. I'm thrilled. Okay, so when people ask for guidance, there's usually one of three subjects that they talk about: love, health, or prosperity. We've talked about love and health before. So I'm going to talk about prosperity. Actually, that's what I was guided to do. So where is my card? Yeah, abundance and prosperity go together beautifully. And prosperity is not always about abundance and prosperity, not always about money. It's not always about dollar signs. It's not always that. Oh, I just noticed Desiree is here. Hi, Desiree. Glad you're here. Um, it is about having, it's about, I was going to say having an abundance, having access to that which you desire. So it may be, you've heard people talk about information, saying it's a wealth of information. So that's a kind of richness and prosperity as well. Um, so, uh, so abundant and prosperity. So the card I'm going to work with, the Zibu light language activator card, is this one. And it has the most amount of symbols on it of any in this set. This is about abundance. And I'll draw these individually, but abundance combined with prosperity, balance, and gratitude. Those go together beautifully because this is about focusing on what you would like to manifest and having an ample supply available to you and keeping that balance. So the symbol for balance is important. Keeping a balance of the give and the take. So as you ask for what you want to manifest, it's important to I'm hearing the word hoard. It's important not to ask for selfish reasons, to say, I want this and I want a lot of it so that you can hoard it and keep it to yourself. It's to be shared freely. It's to keep that reciprocity. As you give, so shall you receive. So it's not about asking for a ton of something and then keeping it all to yourself. This is about expanding. It's about expanding. And it's also, I wrote out a message. I meditated earlier. I'm pointing to my living room, meditated in my living room earlier. And the message that came through was exquisite, as always. And the angels clarified what they mean about abundance and prosperity. So first, I want to draw the symbol. Because I have a different setup here, excuse me, I'm just going to hold it like this. So I'll start with abundance. And there's two different abundance symbols. Let's see. One looks like this. That's abundance. There's also one that has 3 flick marks by it, and that is unlimited abundance. And I'm not quite sure why, but they brought through 2 of those, that it was important to distinguish between this is abundance, and then later on this came through. And it's not 3 dots, it ended up being 3 sort of flick marks. That's the best way I can describe them. Linda Hill is here. Hi, Linda. So that's what abundance looks like. You start at the top, it comes down, and then bounces back up. When I make that as jewelry, people sometimes come to my booth and say, oh, I want the earrings that look like a cat. Well, it can look like whatever you want it to look, but this is what energy is. So that is the first one. The next one is prosperity. And I was looking, I have that as a pendant. But I've rearranged things in here and I can't find it right at this moment. It's one of the more complex symbols. It loops back and forth and then up and down. So to create this in wire takes a little bit more time. Peridot is the color associated with that. And I've done it with a cluster of 3 peridot at the bottom, and it's really beautiful. I'm really sorry I can't find it. You know, as soon as I click off, and I did walk through my studio going, dear angels, help me, where's the symbol in here? But it's probably on the desk here and I just can't see it. So the next one is for prosperity. And as I've said before, on these activator cards, the combination of symbols each amplify or magnify the energy of the other. So abundance comes first and then prosperity. So this is what it looks like. And it looks like this. It goes back and forth, and then up and down. I guess I could have drawn that a little bit better, but that's what the movement of energy looks like. It's this spiral at the top. It goes back and forth, and then up and down. It's a very definite, and I like the fact that it has this point at the top. It's almost like I'm asking for this, and this is, like looking to the heavens or focusing the energy upwards. So that's what that looks like. And I'll read the messages about those two. Balance is the next symbol that goes with this series. And that's about the reciprocity. That's about the give and the take and keeping that balance so that, again, it's not about asking for something from a place of selfishness or wanting to keep it all to yourself, whatever it is you're asking for, whether it's an abundance of love, an abundance of security, an abundance of like an ample supply of whatever you're asking for. It's like receive of that and share that with others. The last one is gratitude, and that's always a good one to end with. Whether it's on the card or not, it's always nice to end with. I like to tap my heart when I say it, like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I've drawn that symbol enough. My board is still drying. This is the symbol for gratitude. It goes down and up and around. So gratitude is a beautiful one, even if you don't draw the symbols in the air for the specific things you're asking about. But if you even use your words and draw the symbols on paper rather than in the air, I like to end with drawing them in the air. And this reminds me of Johann, because Johann used to do this as well. It's a simple design, it's very clean, and it almost ends where it starts. So it's like gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And to me, that feels heartfelt. To be able to express with your hands, it's like a prayer. All of these are like a prayer with your hands, being able to trace the energy, move the energy, and express the gratitude. It's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I just do it in threes. Not all of them have to be done in threes, but that's the magic number. For me, that's the magic number. And when things show up, they show up in threes. Even when I dream, if I dream of something breaking, like falling into pieces, it breaks into three pieces. If people show up, there are three people. And when the angels bring me information and these symbols, if they have dots in them, there are always three. So there's a great significance to that number. That's what I wanted to share about that. Did you have any questions about these? I'm going to talk more about how to connect with that energy. And how are all of you doing? See, I jumped right in. I acknowledged people, but I forgot to say, how are you guys doing? Are you all, Linda, are you doing well? And Laura, you made it back home safely. I just took Laura to the airport last night, and that was sad to see her go, but it was a jam-packed 6 days of adventures with Laura, and just so much fun. And Desiree, how are you doing? Yeah, Larissa and Becky, that's great. How are you two doing? I want to know. And Patty, I'm happy to see you. Stacy, are you busy studying tonight? Stacy is a student. She's brilliant. She's always learning more. I'm really impressed with her. Stacy's my friend here in Arizona who helps me at the events in Phoenix, which have continued to get canceled, I might add. There was Patty Northey also helps me at those events. So in last year, January, February, I did events, and then March got canceled, April, May, June, July, all throughout the year. And I had signed up for all these events throughout the whole year. So one by one, they got canceled. Now here it is the beginning of the year. There was a January and February event. Those got canceled. I think something from last year has gotten postponed to April. And now I got a notice that the April event is postponed to October. So who knows when they're going to happen. They'll happen when the time is right. I know that's it. And Irma, how are you doing? Please tell me. Linda, Linda says it was nice to see your adventures with Laura. I was hoping you all enjoyed that. The adventures with Laura really was a lovely treat because, as I said, I hadn't seen Laura in over 5 years. It's probably closer to 7, but we reconnected through Facebook and texting, and our friendship has gotten even stronger doing that because we check in pretty regularly. And and she's a Reiki practitioner. She's an artist. So we have those things in common. And I had a Reiki session with Laura that was amazing. It was off the charts. I was shaking from head to toe at times because there was just such a huge blast of this pure divine energy flowing through me. And I've got to say, a lot of times what I would see during Reiki sessions with Laura, she would be acting out. My eyes would be closed. I'd laying on the table, and what I kept seeing were feathers, beautiful feathers, like eagle feathers. I was seeing wings. I was seeing gray doves, eagles, angel wings. And then when I'd speak and say, because we have to talk during the Reiki session, I'd say, Laura, I'm seeing this or that. And she'd say, if you had your eyes open, you would see what I'm doing. And she could feel the energy above me and was following it with her hands. So she was doing this kind of wing-like movements. And we saw the same colors, we saw the same movements. It was really powerful. And part of my message was that I'm walking this path in this lifetime, and it's one that I'm familiar with because I've walked it before, and more symbols are ahead for me. So there's one symbol in particular that's going to be coming to me soon. And it's really tempting to not to jump ahead and say, where is it? Where is it? I'm ready for the next symbol. But this is a lesson in calming down and allowing it to come in divine right timing. But at least I got a sneak peek. So the session with Laura was amazing. Becky, Mercury retrograde is presenting me with some challenges, so I'm trying to take it a bit slower and breathe. I didn't realize it was Mercury retrograde, and that explains a lot. I really should pay more attention to that because I was having trouble with something. I had to go online to find the answer, and they say, oh, all you do is go on the computer to our main website. So I typed in, went to the main website, and it said, click here. We've got 24-hour service, 24-hour customer service, 7 days a week. And I clicked on it, and nothing happened. I clicked on the thing, and it said, call this number. We're available 24/7. I dialed the number, and I got a phone tree. You can go here, here, here. Nowhere did it say customer service. So I was doing one of those things where you're yelling into the phone, customer service. And it was dead end. It was just terrible. So that's exactly what was going on, Becky. So Noreen, that sounds great about the Reiki session. Oh, Irma, new moon tomorrow. I'm making a note to myself. I think I need a moon calendar or something to have on the wall to be more aware of that, because normally I go outside and I think, oh, it's a full moon. Now I can see it. So I see it kind of after the fact. So new moon tomorrow. I'm writing that down. Thank you, Irma. Yeah, Mercury retrograde. So the rest of you are doing well? Yeah, need to take it slower and breathe. That's really good advice for almost every day. Oh, Carol is here. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. So new moon is about manifesting. Yes. So I was thinking, why am I not talking about love tonight? Since Valentine's Day is coming up, it's about abundance and manifesting and prosperity. So that does go along beautifully with the new moon. Let me see, I do want to read. I hope you don't mind me reading the messages. I mean, I do get new messages, but I like to reread what is in the book. I'm going to go to Unlimited Abundance. Let's see, where is it? I usually mark these ahead of time. Here it is. So that's what it looks like. That looks much nicer than what I drew on the board. It's got the beautiful, these flick marks to the side. Love thyself. Exactly. That's my Valentine's Day. Love myself. Laura, you're good, just a little tired today. Okay, I'll fess up. I took a nap in the middle of the day today. Laura and I were on the go all the time. We had some time to rest, but we were talking the whole time and there was just a lot of energy. It just really amped up when the two of us are together. So I did rest up today. Let me get my glasses on. Did I remember to tell you all how glad I am that you're here? Because it's true. It's always true. So I'm going to read about unlimited abundance, even though on the card I showed you, it doesn't have the marks on it. It's abundance. So let's see. And it's called Lahika. Oh, let's see. Unlimited abundance has no end and knows no boundaries or limits. It comes to those who ask in sincerity and have clear purpose in mind. When the pathways are cleared of debris, the natural flow of abundance can run freely. Unlimited abundance is the natural order of life. It is as life was meant to be. So I like that because the message is about what it means to me is getting the debris or the debris or the blocks out of the way to allow things to flow naturally. And when I hear about blocks or stumbling blocks or anything keeping the flow, I also hear self-imposed or self-created or perceived blocks or perceived, uh, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Blocks or debris or detours. It's meant to flow effortlessly. And at those times when we create the blocks ourselves, whether we know it or not, whether we're aware of it or not, that's what redirects that energy away from us. This is how I understand it. This is from what the angels have brought to me. So that's what unlimited abundance is about. And that ties in with what I did in my writing here. And prosperity. This is interesting too, that, let me see, that's prosperity. Such a beautiful, nice, clean design. And I don't always talk about the part of the body associated with the symbols, but there is a part of the body associated with each symbol, so that if you're going to do energy work, it may not be that prosperity is what you're desiring, but if you're going to do some healing energy work on someone, this is associated with the small intestines. And isn't that interesting? Because this back and forth movement looks like small intestines. To me, it does. And yeah, that's what that is. So if someone has an issue with small intestines, that's a symbol that can be drawn over them. That's what the point is. Let me drink a little bit of water. Prosperity. So prosperity begins within. It refers to a richness and abundance. It has to do with acknowledging the beauty within. Prosperity opens doors for good to arrive in its fullness. Prosperity is a richness within. It is available to all who ask. Reach out to connect with your prosperity. It fills the heart. It radiates to others. So that's about the reciprocity. That's about sharing with others. That's what the next line is. It is to be shared freely with others. And it has a fullness and a richness to it. It has depth to it. So share the prosperity. So I like those messages because it goes back to what I started out with of connecting with the energy to raise you up and to connect you with the energy to assist you in calling to you what you desire. It's not about, I want this, I'm going to draw this symbol, I want it now. Oh, Becky says, I really like the prosperity symbol, such nice lines. I wish I could have found the piece of jewelry or the pendant. Oh, maybe I'll just make a note to myself. It's good I have paper and pen here um, for that pendant. If I can't find it, I'll make another one. But I'd like you to see what it looks like it's because it's beautiful, because it fits a square format. It's a beautiful shape, and then the cluster of three peridot at the bottom. Um, Patty, yes, clearing the way for good to come in. I'm excited for a new moon. Going to do a manifesting meditation with my activator card. Do you have this one? Do you have this one, Patty? I know you have a bunch. Um, oh, Carol, where can you get the activator cards? They're at my Etsy shop. And I'm writing a note when the video is over in the heading, when I have access to it and I can edit it, I'll put the link to the Etsy shop. I saw the cards separately. They don't come in a big set, but separately, and they are sturdy. I had them professionally printed, so this is my artwork. They got printed so they're nice and vibrant, and they're laminated, sturdy laminated. So it's not like if you tuck it under your pillowcase, it's going to be bent in the morning. They're very sturdy. Chris Johnson is here. So happy to see and listen to you tonight. Chris, I'm delighted that you're here. I like that word, delighted, because it's like happiness. It's love, love, love. So you like these? There's one for love as well. There's one for, there are 27 of them. I would like to do 3 more, so there's 30, but that will come with time. Carmen Molinari is here. Hi, Carmen. Thanks for joining us. So, and I missed Laura's comment. Your Reiki session was so amazing. It was. Laura's a Reiki master, and I tell you, the energy that she can bring through is so amped up. It was, and I found myself speaking, like I was kind of mumbling, but I would say words during the Reiki session that even surprised me. But I was sort of garbled. I couldn't really articulate. It's like waking up from a deep sleep and trying to speak. So we didn't get all of that, but I had paper next to me. I had a notebook next to me, and Laura would work on my head, and she'd say the message she could hear, and then I would be getting some information as well. And I had the book a notebook and a pen next to me, and I'd say, "Can I write it down now?" And she says, "No, I'm not quite done." So she'd finish with my head and then gently take her hands away. So very slowly, I'd pick up the notebook, quickly write some messages down, and then go back. We used to try to remember everything at the end of the session, and that's a lot harder because we'd say, "So what was that thing at the beginning?" And, "Oh, that's right." So this was a lot better, a better way to do it. So Akarshana is here. Carmen, oh, thank you for saying that, Carmen. Love my book and the readings I've had with you. Thank you for saying that. When people who have had readings get back to me and say, something's transpired, or something is shifted, or I'm feeling different, or I'm feeling more elevated or lighter, whatever they want to share, even without the details, just being able to hear back from people is such a wonderful treat. And people that I've made jewelry for sometimes will send me pictures of them wearing the jewelry. And I think that is the best. I love making the pieces, and I love packaging them up, infusing them with angelic and Reiki. I'm a level 2 Reiki practitioner. So I infuse Reiki energy and angelic healing energy, and then I mail it off with all these blessings surround it. And for people so I send them out knowing they're going to a good home. But when people stop and say, "I love the piece, I'm wearing it," it's like, it's the best. It's always the best. Oh, I love your kind messages. I really do. Carmen Molinari says, "Absolutely, you're a very special lady to me. I'm due to see you soon." Wink. That sounds good. That sounds like a good plan. Akarshana says, "You're always energetic. I love hearing you." Thank you. Oh, I said, thank you. She said, love you. This is great because as I bring this energy through me for you, I also receive in exchange. And when I do readings, I always receive blessings as well. So the energy flows through me to the person I'm reading. So it's not one way. It's not me giving away energy, or I get blessings as well. So it's that balance. Um, Thank you for your beautiful messages. Um, I'm energetic, Akarshana. The reason I'm energetic is I took a nap earlier today. I was tired. So, do you have any questions about the symbol or the card? I will put the link on the heading for this video that has the Etsy link. And I really want to find the um, prosperity pendant. And if I can't find it, I will make one so that I can take a picture and post it so you can see it. It's really quite nice. So let's see. I'm just checking in. Do I read what I have? Do I speak it? Okay. I thought I was going to be channeling something additionally, but is this too much if I turn this? Oh, yeah, that's too much. Um, you're welcome, Carol. So I did writing. I sat down and did some automatic writing after my meditation, and was asking about what do you want to tell people about abundance and prosperity. It's a relatively short message, and it summarizes what I talked about that was in the cards, that was in the books, but this further explains it. Okay, for abundance and prosperity, yes. So to request assistance for abundance and prosperity is not an immediate action. It does not indicate an immediate reversal of your current situation. And I like this message because sometimes people see the symbols as a quick answer. It's like, just give me what symbol is it? I'll draw it and I want it now. How fast does it show up? Well, just as when you're doing any prayer, or like if you're praying to spirit, God, whatever, your higher consciousness, whatever words you use, you don't pray and say, okay, make it snappy. I've got this request. And you also don't know when the blessing will come through. So the same is true with this. Sometimes people think these are immediate answers, and they're not. It's about raising your vibration to connect with the angelic energy that will put you in touch, put you in a place where you can allow that to flow. So it's all about the energy. So let me go back here. It does not indicate an immediate reversal of your current situation. It is not the deliverance of an instant solution. The energy we bring to you bridges the gap between where you are and where you desire to be. It is a bridge. It is assistance for you to connect with the energy to raise your vibration. I think that summarizes up beautifully. So it's a bridge. It's like you're here, this is what you want. And if it's up here, the energy of it is up here, you're down here saying, oh, all I can see are the problems. When we focus on what's not, what we don't want, it's like, I don't want lack. I don't want my current situation. Sometimes it's easy to get focused on, I don't want this, we get clear, like, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want this. But as we focus on that, that's where our energy stays. And so we're attracting more of that. It's the law of attraction. So when the tools, these symbols are tools, and they are images of energy to help you tap into that higher vibration and to raise your own energy. And as you do so, you're in a place that provides a bridge or much easier connection to that which you want to attract to yourself. There's a second page here. And so this is from the angels. We are here to help you release the self-created blocks of inaccurate beliefs of your worthiness to receive. That's another component. Sometimes people say, ooh, I really want this, but it's just me. And well, I haven't had this before. And I don't know, I was told, when we're growing up as kids, we can get all of these powerful messages from the adults around us, or even from other kids around us, from our parents saying, like things are tight for them financially, they may pass that on to you. It's like, who do you think you are to ask for this or that? And so we bring that in and think, well, that's right, maybe I shouldn't be asking for this. So without knowing it, we may set up blocks or roadblocks. Can you imagine this flow, or this road, or this pathway where this energy flows to you? But if you say, well, wait a minute, I'm not sure I'm deserving of this, we can start putting up blocks, and then the energy is diverted around us. That's how I see it. We bring to you a connection of higher levels of consciousness. You are urged to focus your attention on what you truly desire to manifest, rather than the perceived lack or limitations. And that too, I think, summarizes it beautifully. Focus on what it is you do want, connect with this angelic energy, embody this, bring this into you. And with these more higher vibration thoughts like fear, lack, all those things are lower vibration energy. But when we focus on love, and we focus on love is the highest, and joy and happiness, all those raise our vibration. Just as during the lockdown, the pandemic, and all of this, this is a time that's really important to keep your vibration high. It's a challenging time for everyone, but as we, from where we are in our own experiences, if we can focus on, find things to be joyous about, find things to be happy about, focus on love, focus on gratitude. Who am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? I always start with who, because I think that's important. We focus on the people. It's not about the things, it's about people. And I so value my friendships, my family, all of my community. So that's what I focus on. Okay, keep sidetracking. So that which you desire is to be shared with others, be it information, money, um, optimal situation. So whatever it is you want to attract to yourself, when it starts flowing in, you can keep that flow going by sharing with others. You don't want to receive and then block or keep it to yourself. Oh, good, I finally got this, or I've been wanting this information, I'm going to keep it to myself. It's about sharing that, and then you allow that to continue to flow. And the last part that I heard was release and be open to connect higher. So release is part of it, releasing self-limiting thoughts, self-limiting images, and then so you release, and then you open up, focus on the higher vibration by connecting with angelic symbols, which are angelic healing symbols. They're the highest vibration energy. And then share that, or be open to receiving it, bring it in, give thanks, and then share that. That looks like a formula, doesn't it? Actually, these look like a formula to me: abundance plus prosperity plus balance and gratitude. And that's your formula to bring in the abundance and prosperity. So did that make sense to you? Did that resonate with you? What did you think about that message? It's always good for me to, sometimes I channel the messages. Other times I like to sit in the living room or sit on my balcony and just bring that energy through and write whatever comes through. Then I can reread it. When I speak it, I don't remember what it is until I watch it again. So, oh, Laura's comment was, the reading you did for me was amazing. It correlated with what I saw in Sedona with you. When Laura and I went to Sedona, and we, what did we? Oh, this is good. This is pretty funny. You know, Laura, I'm going to tell this story, and then I'll read the next comments here. I really wanted some Reiki. We just kept talking about, wouldn't it be great if we had an inflatable table or a portable table that we could bring to Sedona? I could lay on the table and she could do Reiki in Sedona or even at a vortex. I was like, no, that's not going to happen. So Laura and I are at the Amitabha Stupa and Peace Park. And I know, Becky, you were there, and Larissa, you got to go there as well. That is just a divine space. There's a statue of Buddha. There's a stupa that you can walk around 3 times doing silent meditation, and that represents Buddha's body. There's some prayer wheels that you can spin that actually look, the copper and brass, the different metals together. So we're walking around and I'm hearing information, she's hearing information. Then we walked up to an elevated area where the Buddha statue was. There was a little bench. So I sat down and I put my things down, and Laura said, Laura sat on the far end. We wore our masks a lot of the time when there were people around, but she sat on the end of the bench. And pretty soon she starts scooting over till she's almost right next to me. And then she puts her arm out. Like, this kind of reminds me, this is really silly, but on a first date where the guy kind of puts his arm around around his date on the back of the theater seat or something. Laura was so funny because she was doing that, scooting closer and closer, and she put her arm like this. And I said, this looks weird. And she says, no, just sit still. I've got some Reiki energy for you. So she put her hand on the back of my neck. And it's like, who cares? I don't care what anybody thinks walking by. But I saw her going like this. And then she put her hand on the back of my neck. And the back of my head opened up. Not really, and not physically, but energetically, it opened up. And I don't remember what else happened other than it was unlocking another level. What was that message? About opening me up to raise my vibration even higher, to bring that energy back and to share that energy with others. So maybe that's the energy I'm sharing with you today. But I just thought it was too funny. Sit still. I'm going to bring you some Reiki. So that was pretty much what happened, Laura. And Laura had a message from me. A day or two earlier, I have a copper tube pyramid in my living room. She laid in that, and I sat on the sofa and sent energy to her, and I could hear messages, and I was telling her. So I did energy work, sending energy to her. She was laying in there, and the messages that I gave her then were confirmed when we were in Sedona. It was about strength and courage. So she saw, as we were sitting on that bench, she looked out and there were rocks off in the distance. And one of them had a lion's face on it. It very clearly was a powerful lion shape and this beautiful face. So that's what Laura is saying. The rock I saw with the lion face. Oh, and the lotus flower, her hand opened up like this and she felt a lotus, my crown chakra opening and this lotus opening. So I'm sorry, going back here. Oh, Devi Devdar is here. Thank you, Debbie. You're very welcome. This is what I love to read. Carol says, yes, thank you. Needed to hear this today. Thank you for telling me that. And Carmen, yes, definitely resonates with me. I find myself putting blocks up all the time. Well, that's helpful that you know that you're doing that, because some people don't know and they don't realize. And it's like, it must be something out there. It must be something someone else is doing that I'm not receiving what I want. It's almost like I did a reading for someone one time, and they said, why am I not receiving what I want? My hands are open, my arms are open. And I looked at their hands were in fists, their arms were open, but their hands were closed. It's like, how come I'm not receiving? Well, you got to open the hands to receive. Um, so it resonates with you. That's good to hear, Carmen. Thank you. You're welcome, Devi. Um, Becky, wonderful message, makes so much sense. It does make sense. I liked rereading this, even though I wrote this out. Yes, very much so, Noreen. Yes. Um, Linda, thank you, Debbie, for a great message. I'm glad that this is exactly what we all needed to hear. It's what a wonderful blessing it was. It is. We're always receiving blessings, right? Um, it's such amazing energy to feel coming through me, and to know that there are symbols that I can draw and share with mankind so that they have the tools to connect with angelic energy as well. It's about all of us raising our vibration. So I invite you to experiment and see what works. Perhaps if you choose to do a manifesting or new moon ceremony, if you have access to my book or the cards, um, choose some symbols and draw on paper what you would like to manifest. You can write the words and write the symbols over it, whatever works for you. Um, and Becky, the Sedona experiences sound so magical for us both. It was the whole trip was magical, and I feel like it was divinely orchestrated. It was important that we spend time together, and people showed up, and situations opened up, and that was our message in the beginning. I think was to be open and change directions when we felt that inspiration, instead of forging forward saying, oh, we've got the schedule, we really had a loose schedule, but our time together was not meant to be, we're doing this first, next we're doing this, whether we want to or not. It was about being in the moment. And I think we really did quite well at doing that, being in the moment. We even took time out and went to the pool. And it was about being in the hot tub or being in the water. And it was the first time Laura had been swimming in quite some time. Oh, that's right. Laura was saying new symbol for me. So there is a new symbol coming through soon. Um, Carol, I draw a card daily. I've your cards and book. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. So this is going to be a great idea, a great option. You have the resources where you can look at the pictures, look at the symbols, and say, these are the ones I want to focus on. And it's not about bombarding a piece of paper with, I want all of these things. It's about focusing your attention. So focusing on maybe a few that go together, instead of this whole spectrum of, okay, I want all 88 symbols. It's not, I want. I'm not saying you're doing that, but it's a great idea to help you focus what your intention is and look at that and connect with that energy. So and you draw it in the air too. That's one of my favorite things to do, to draw them in the air. Yeah. And when I'm doing energy work, I draw them in the air and then I send the energy. Um, well, Laura Wilson is here. Hi, perfect message and energy shared. Thank you for sharing. See, when I listened to the guidance, because I thought it might be this other one, but I got, no, it's about this one. So it is helping you, Carol. I love knowing that. I absolutely do. Carol, Carmen is saying, in Reiki, I draw symbols in the air with the heel of my palm. That's how I knew it was Reiki. um, I like the cupped hand feeling, and I almost feel like there's a laser coming out of my hand, and I can direct it, and I draw it with the heel or draw it with my whole hand. I draw them with my fingertips. It's just whatever works best for you. This is great. This is great. Carol and Carmen are chatting. I like that. I love that my community, that we are a community and we're here to help each other. We're here to connect with each other. I'm delighted to hear your comments and that the message was right on for all of us tonight. And I'm glad that you enjoyed the pictures and things I was sharing about my adventures with Laura. That really was beneficial for me and for Laura, and actually for the people around us because of the energy that we radiated wherever we went. This is great. I love it. So, do you have any questions? I'm not going to verbally channel a message because I've already done the writing, talked about symbols, but I've got my note here to remind myself of what I want to do afterwards to look for the pendant for prosperity because it really is a gorgeous image. And new moon. Laura, Laura says, Laura Wilson, I think we have 3 or 4 Lauras in our community. Always look forward to Wednesday evenings. I do too. I really do. I pretty much planned my day around it's Facebook Wednesday. I went to the gym this morning. I'd go to the gym every other morning and I try not to skip any of the times. Even while Laura was here, I'd say, got to go to the gym. I just have to. It's part of my routine. And if I don't go, I'd feel off. So tomorrow morning is another gym morning. It's about balance. It's not about doing the extremes. For me, it's about finding that middle ground, that balance. So thank you all for being here. I'm just thrilled that you all made time in your evening or in your day to spend time with me, to hear the message from the angels. My necklace is glowing. It's yeah, it's got a lot of light coming out of it. But am I glowing? Can you see my aura? Um, and Laura Lee says, I had so much fun with you. Our energy together is fantastic. It really is. And she says, I love watching your show. Thank you for tonight. You are all very, very welcome. Thank you for spending this time with me. And I will continue to do my work and post things on Facebook. Facebook and Instagram are my best places to post new information. I'm looking forward to doing some videos of my jewelry. I know that on Etsy, there's a feature now where you can hold the jewelry, pick it up and move it around instead of just static photos. So I will, that's one of the things on my list of what I would like to be doing. Carmen says, thank you so much, Debbie. Such a pleasure to hear from you and the angels. Noreen, thank you for sharing, and I always feel calmer afterward. I do too. I do feel calmer. Carol says, thank you. And Becky, thank you, Debbie, for all you share. Hugs and blessings. So hugs and blessings and my love to all of you. And Carol as well. Carol is my sister's name. I'm fond of that name. So I will see you next Wednesday, and I'll have new information for you, whatever comes up during this week. So I wish you the very best, and take care. Good night.